Would you be willing to move if it could accelerate your real estate investment game plan? My name is Kris Krohn. I became financially free at the age of 26, and since then I've been helping people, making these videos, helping thousands of people on their journey to creating financial freedom through real estate. And a lot of people get hung up on this big question of like, man, should I actually move, or moving is so uncomfortable, I don't want to do that. Today I'm going to be actually interviewing one of our friends here of this channel. His name is Zach, and he's coming on to kind of share his situation he's in. He bought a house, he's got some equity. Should he move or not to further his portfolio? We're about to find out.
'Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
I'm sitting here with Zach. Dude, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Zach, how long have you been watching the channel?
For probably about 2 years now.
So I've been watching the channel for 2 years. He's out here at one of my events with me, and I said, you know what? Let's make a video and actually talk specifically about what your game plan looks like. And there's a number of different game plans. Sometimes those game plans are about moving, like, will moving help me go faster? Recently, you guys bought your first house, and so you actually are kind of in the game. I mean, you bought a house for around $200,000.
Yep.
You're technically in school finishing up your master's program, but that house has shot up in value to what now? 260, 280?
Yeah, right around there, yeah.
Right, so first of all, having just bought a house 3 years ago and knowing that there's $60, $70, $80,000 of equity, how does that feel?
That feels really good.
Dude, if you think about that, I mean, let's just say in 2 years it ends up being a total of 100 grand. You're like, if I did that 10 times, that'd be $1 million.
Exactly.
And that's the way that you want to get thinking. So
right.
Today, I'm going to kind of just put myself in your shoes and say, all right, I'm going to find out what your world financially looks like and say, great, if I had to start exactly where you're at, and I was agnostic to your beliefs or situation, and I was just going to do what I know how to do, how would I make my next $1 million?
Perfect.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that's great.
I can't guarantee you like it, but are you open to it?
I am open to it,
Okay,
yeah.
awesome. By the way, for the rest of you watching this, if you're thinking, oh, jealous, no fair, I want Kris to do a game plan for me. I'm telling you right now, there's a link in the description below. I have trained a dozen men and women on my staff who do this exact same thing with my perfect methodology. So if you have any questions on what it looks like to get your own game plan, it's free, just click the link below. So let's talk about you, let's talk about what your game plan is.
Perfect.
So you guys have a house.
Yep.
You bought it 3 years ago while still in college.
Yes.
And since then now, you're married now, right?
Yep.
You got a kid?
Yep. Yes, I do. 21-month-old girl, Kennedy. She's
Kennedy,
the best.
21-month-old girl, there's proud dad all over his face right there.
real.
Dude, I love that. But you got something else really exciting happening right now. Something happens in about 4 weeks. You are going to officially
Graduate. Hallelujah.
Oh my gosh, you're going to be done with the game, dude.
I'm so excited. This is awesome.
So you're a software developer.
Yep.
And you're getting a master's in this.
Yes.
So you're full-time. And so right now the house that you live in, this house, we're going to call it a value of $280,000. We're going to say, by the way, your tax valuation gave it a value of $260,000.
Yeah.
That's usually 10 to 20% lower than it is, because if they get any closer than that, then the people get upset.
Right.
So this could be 280, it could be even 300. It may have gone up 100 grand in value.
Which would be really nice.
Would be really cool, right? Well, really cool with some of the options I'm going to show you.
Okay, perfect.
Right now, you purchased it for around $200,000. You owe right around $200,000. So there's about $80,000 of equity in play here. Now I point that out because do you have any money in savings right now?
Yeah, we have about combined out of all our accounts, it's probably about 5 grand in savings.
This is kind of a typical situation, right? I mean, graduating college, got the first job, you're making some good money. Hopefully the master's gives you a little bit of a bump in pay.
Yeah.
But the reality is it's relatively check to check. Good thing you bought that house 3 years ago though.
Yes.
Why?
It was kind of because my wife, we wanted to go with the next phase of life and we wanted to start having a family. And so to do that, my wife didn't want to climb 3 stories of apartment buildings in the middle of winter. And so that's kind of why we went forward with that and started looking. And my wife is very ambitious and she wanted to find one. And within a matter of weeks, we found a house, and within like a month later, we closed on it. So
will you do me a favor and give her a high five or a hug or whatever the two of you do tonight and say, hey, this is from Kris Krohn, just telling you, hey, 3 years ago you made a brilliant choice because you got $80,000 to $100,000 of equity, and hopefully you're going to be bringing home some bacon and some good news tonight, sharing with her, hey, where can we go from here for the next phase?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, next phase is, I want a house to live in, but I want to show you what an investor's next phase is.
Perfect.
Deal?
Yeah.
All right, I feel like I got a good grasp on your situation. Clearly have some pretty good average or good credit.
Yeah.
Perfect, awesome. And you've got your whole job lined up. So question is, if I were you, what would I do? And I've got options percolating right now, so I'm going to start sharing them, okay?
Awesome.
Okay, in no particular order, I'm not going to say you're going to like these options, but I'm going to share them all with you.
Sounds good. I'm open to anything.
Okay,
So.
option number one. If 3 years ago buying a house was a good idea, do you think it could be a good idea again?
Yes.
Yes. So the first one is to buy a new primary residence. So this option is called moving. Now, she may not want to move, but I'm still going to give you all your options so that you see them all.
Perfect.
Okay. The reason why this is an option is because with a primary residence, you put 3% down again, and you're talking about $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. More importantly, you don't have to come up with that money this time. Guess who can pay for it? The equity on your home. So you can go to the bank, community credit union, and say, hey, I want a home equity line, and they'll say, oh, your house is worth 280, 300 grand. We see you owe 200. We'll give you a line up to 250, and you're like. Just like that, I get a $50,000 line of credit, no closing costs. Like,
that'd be nice.
Yes, hence the hug to your wife when you get home from 3 years ago. She made a good move.
Yeah, she
right?
did.
So let's see if we can duplicate that. If you get a primary residence, this house is going to pay for this house. And the reason why we're doing another one is get another good deal. This one, then what happens to it? Well, your current home, now I put an I on it, it becomes an investment property. It gets rented out. You can do my lease option system, do a normal rental, but I can show you how to do somewhere around $350 to at least $500 a month of cash flow. Now, what's important about this is that, you know, right now, are you getting ahead? Are you more check to check? Where are you kind of at?
Right now, it's more of check to check, I would say.
Okay, and this situation now says, actually, I'm not check to check. I have an extra $400 or $500 a month. Plus, the family that moves in gives me $5,000 down. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So every home should always put you in a better financial situation. That's why we buy them. It's never to make your situation worse. Some of you watch, you're like, yeah, but what? Yeah, but what? Yeah, but what if? Like, what if it's never rented? It's like, no, I get it. You've never done it before, but there's solutions to all of these things. Certainly track record on thousands of them. So this first option is all about creating this big cash flow. The pain, you got to move, and that's a pain, and I don't know, maybe your wife's up for it, maybe she's not, I don't know. But I wanted to at least give you that first option.
That's good.
Here's your second option. Second option is don't move, but get that HELOC, home equity line of credit, and my guess is you're probably going to get it between $40,000 and $60,000. For today, I'm just going to load it at $50,000.
Okay. Go
to a couple different banks. They shouldn't charge you any money to open one of these. It takes about 2 weeks to close on one.
Okay.
So all of a sudden, the cool thing about this is not like a credit card. Literally, if you don't use it, you don't pay anything. If you use it, then you'll start paying, but the rates are way lower than typical credit cards.
Okay.
It doesn't weigh on you like a consumer credit card does either. So it's a positive benefit.
Do you know about how much how much you would pay on the payments would be on interest or anything?
Yeah, so interest can be anywhere from 3%, 4%, or 5%. Okay. It's cheap money.
That's a lot cheaper.
It works, meaning you could literally take that $50,000, and this is why today's a good day. I can take you into some of the best markets where you could go buy 1 or 2 homes with that amount of money. Now, you're going to get a payment increase, but you're going to get new cash flow off of these homes. And that cash flow is going to be way bigger than that cheap 3%, 4%, 5% money.
Right.
Way cheaper.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So bottom line is I'm always trading less for more to pick up more cash flow and more tax benefits. Perfect. And right now you're technically overdue. You've got the assets lined up and they're ready to be deployed into basically saying it worked once, let's do it again. But even more methodically, let's do it as an investment property and follow a system.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, if we can get you these 2 homes, guess what the next goal is?
Get more homes.
5 homes. I want these 2 to give birth to twins. Right. I want you to have a total of 4 homes, and 4 become 8, 8 becomes 16. You're a millionaire.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. We just got to keep moving the money around strategically with really great ROI. Right. Usually on the homes we're doing, we're producing 20, 25% annual ROI. It means that you double your money every 5 years.
Okay.
Sooner. So that's kind of what a second option looks like. So this one says, ooh, I got to move, but I like the cash flow. Because by the way, you could move and do this and do a combination of both of those. You could literally buy a new primary residence and keep the old one, plus get 2 more and have 4 homes.
Okay. Yeah.
So option number 3 is, it's all about having it all. So this one's gonna be called do it all. So here's the big secret. You wanna figure out how to get to 3 homes. 3 is a magic number in the real estate kingdom.
Okay.
When you buy an investment property for the first time, The people that know you or that think that they're your friends, but when they see you buying an investment property, what are they likely going to say or think about you?
Like, why are you doing that? Or like,
they're going to be confused.
Yeah.
Some of them might even call you a little crazy, like, this doesn't make sense.
Right.
No one else is doing this. Why are you doing this?
Right.
Crabs in a bucket. When you buy your second house, they're going to say, now you're for real crazy. You're doubling down on crazy. You're crazy squared.
Right.
But when you have 3 homes, people change their tune. This is where they actually start saying, he didn't die yet.
Yeah, something might be working here or something.
Something might be working here. But they don't say that till number 3. So 3 is a magic number. So whatever game plan you do choose, there's always a goal. How do I get to 3?
Okay.
So when you're considering, and here's why that's important. The 4th and final option I want to share with you today is, I want to call it partnering. Now the reality is, the reason why I aggressively did so well in real estate so fast is because after I had put my own money at risk and put everything all in to buy my first few homes, just like I'm recommending here, I had my first partner emerge that looked at what I was doing, total skeptical on property 1, total skeptical on property 2, but property 3 was kind of itching his head like, he's not dead yet. So something's
got to be working.
Something's got to be working. So he opened up and he said, tell me what's doing. And I showed him my numbers and he freaked out. He's like, do you know what your ROI is? And I happen to like math. So I'm like, yes, I do. Yes. He's like, do you know that this is an abnormally high ROI? I'm like, yeah. He's like, what's your next move? I'm like, well, it's funny you say that. I was by my 4th house, but I don't have the money. So I guess I have to pass on it. He said, I'll put up the money and we'll be 50-50 partners.
That's nice.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Why would he do that now, though? It's because I had bought some properties.
Right.
In your situation, though, I've created a streamlined version of partnering, and I call it Maverick. And the Maverick program that I created and launched just recently basically says, as people are impressed with what you're doing, turn them on to my channel and what I'm doing, and if they decide to partner directly with me, my 50% of the ownership, I will equally split with you.
Okay.
And literally just for a referral for being in a good way, you'll start buying property with no money and no credit. And the secret to really going big in real estate is no money, no credit. You got to figure out how resources are no longer a hindrance.
Right.
And so that's why for me, the money you'll make on these homes can be amazing. The cash flow, awesome. The tax benefits, yes. But the most important number on this whole board is 3.
Okay.
Which is, yes, each property should improve your financial situation, equity, cash flow, taxes, but it's all about that number. Because once you get to 3, you open up a brand new door possibility that is infinitely bigger than you ever buying real estate on your own. Gotcha. It's other people saying, hey, you figured something out, can we play?
Right. When
you say yes, you can do things that you would have to otherwise wait to have the money for. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So Zach, these are the 4 options. If I were you and I woke up, I'm like, now don't take advice directly from me because I'm gonna get a little crazy, but I'm doing all of that.
Right.
But you gotta do what's right. You gotta do what's right for you and your wife and your family,
right.
And just one step at a time. But the good news is you have tons of options. Hug your wife because 3 years ago she pushed for something that actually put you in a great situation today.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, I mean at the rate that your savings, it might take you 10 years to get where you're actually at today. So you're in a blessed position, my friend.
Yeah.
You excited?
I am. This is really cool.
What do you like and what you see there?
So I'd have to double check with my wife and see what she's thinking, but definitely I've always been interested in real estate and I've always been interested in kind of wanting to invest because I know with like everything that's going, the trends and all these different things, like that's the one trend that is always here and will always be here is real estate. And so I've always been interested in wanting to get into that. And so, I mean, I'm just depending on what she says and getting with her, like I'm definitely interested in looking at getting a couple more homes and just seeing, what we can do to help with that. Whether it's we go with number 1 or we, go with number, 3, get it all and do it all.
And they're all good options, right?
They are. They all are very good options. And I think it's something that we can leverage to, as a family, help kind of make our situation better.
Awesome, brother.
Which is what I want for my family. So.
Dude, congratulations.
Thanks, appreciate it.
And for the rest of you watching this thinking, I want to get a game plan, it's in the link below. Just talk to a member of my team. They'll literally diagram this out for you and break it all down for you and help you understand what it looks like. If you haven't liked this video already, please do me a favor and smash the like button. It tells YouTube to really share this with other people. And otherwise, make sure you subscribe because every day I got a new video like this coming out. You get to meet other amazing friends like you from around the world that are figuring out how do I implement this stuff, and hopefully today got you clear on what that looks like. Take care, thank you.